Statistics Week wrapped up today with a big finale, the Data Users Conference. It's the one place where stakeholders from across Belize come together to talk numbers, trends, and how data shapes our future. SIB unveiled key findings from the 2022 census, including two major reports, one on migration trends and another on the Multidimensional Poverty Index. These reports dig deep into how Belizeans are moving, living, and coping in today's economy.
We are very happy that we are able today to launch two of our census thematic reports. We have been working on these since the data processing from the census has been completed, and so today we are presenting the findings of our census migration report as well as our census multidimensional poverty report. So those are one of the highlights of the day. We also have some panel discussions on these topics where we have policymakers and development partners who are speaking to the actual policy uses of the data that we are presenting here.
According to the report, 45,644 residents of Belize were born abroad, making up 11.5% of Belize's population. Among the main countries of origin are Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala. The data also reveals that the average age of the foreign-born population is 43 years old in comparison to the native-born's average age of 23 years. SIB statistician Leslie Cruz tells us what the data reveals about Belize's migration trends.
The reasons for them to come to Belize is, again, the high age or the old age that they have is they're coming here to work, which also is supported by when we ask them what is the main reason for them coming into the country. Most of them had responded that it is to seek employment. However, what is really interesting for persons exiting Belize was that if you look at the different age groups, you have different reasons. So we have the young children and the persons 55 years and older, they are moving out of Belize to reunite with their families. Now persons like youths and the young adults, they are moving out for education purposes. And now when we have our more the working age population, the 24 to 44 years, I think it is, they are moving out to seek employment.
Cruz says most foreign-born workers in Belize find jobs in agriculture, construction, and retail. The conference also unveiled the Multidimensional Poverty Index, which measures poverty beyond income, looking at housing, food security, and access to education. The numbers? 26.6% of Belizeans were classified as multidimensionally poor in 2022. Census Manager Christian Oriano explains what that means.
Rural communities are more affected compared to urban, and also the Toledo district is a district that reported the highest level of incidence across all districts. And in terms of demographics, we see that education plays a role, where we see that persons that doesn't have an education experience more multidimensional poverty, households where economic activity, if they are underemployed or unemployed, and they're also affected. Other ones are like, for example, by ethnicity. Where we see that the Maya were the ones affected the most in terms of multidimensional poverty.
The Multidimensional Poverty Index is composed of 4 dimensions: health, employment, living standard, and education, which have a total of 17 indicators among them. Based on the data, the indicator that is contributing the most to Belize's poverty rate is a lack of internet access and ICT.
This indicator looks like if the household have both internet access and a computer. So these indicators look from an education perspective, because we want that the household have both the internet and the laptop. Yes. And in terms of dimensions, we see that the education and the living standards are the main contributors in terms of dimension to the MPI.
The data shows a clear gap in the quality of life between foreign-born and Belizean-born residents, especially in education. Today's conference gave stakeholders a chance to pinpoint these gaps and plan solutions. Britney Gordon for News 5.